Cuomo COVID cover-up. How about that? Look at this new Marist poll. 60% of New Yorkers think the governor botched his handling of COVID-19 in nursing homes. Michael Goodwin joins us this morning. Michael, Governor Cuomo is up for re-election in 2022. Despite that poll and despite his performance during the pandemic, I still think he could win in 2022. What say you?
Well, I think you're right, Stu. It's a long way to go. A lot of things could happen in the interim. We're dealing right now with a situation where the news on the COVID cover-up is fresh, and it's driving the what everyone is saying about him. The polls were taken to gauge how it was affecting his chances, but it could pass by then. It will depend on other things as well. Other events will have a voice. There may be new issues involving the governor. There may be no really great challengers. He'll probably, I would say, almost definitely get a challenge from the left within his own party. The progressive wing of the Democratic Party is ascendant in New York and elsewhere. And he got a challenge the last time, which he beat back 2-1, Cynthia Nixon, the actress. They will probably get another challenger from the left. And I think the Republicans are already salivating for the general election. So I think he will have a harder time. A fourth term is very unusual, very difficult. There's Cuomo fatigue in all kinds of ways. And yet he may prevail, as you suggest.
Okay, I don't think a Democrat can lose in New York or California over the next couple of years. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. Maybe I've lived here too long. All right, let's move on to your latest op-ed. It is titled, Joe Biden Brings America Back to Bad Obama Days. In other words, Joe Biden is Obama 2.0. I don't think you're going far enough, Michael. I think President Biden is more to the left than Obama on many things. What do you say?
Well, we'll have to see how it all plays out, what he can get done with Congress. But the focus that I was engaged in there, Stu, was the topics that he had chosen first. The issues were very much things that Donald Trump had worked on and had largely succeeded on. For example, the border. The Remain in Mexico policy was a great and effective solution to the caravan, so that if you came claiming asylum, which almost all of the caravan migrants did, you had to wait in Mexico for your case to be adjudicated. Before that, the Obama policy was you can come into the country, you'll get a hearing date, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years later. And until then, you're free to go. The government will help subsidize your living in the United States. Well, of course, many of those people didn't come back because they knew they would lose the hearing, that asylum was about persecution, not just economic hardship or trying to escape gang violence. As sympathetic as that might seem, that does not fit the definition of asylum. And so Biden is breaking that policy so that he's now admitting some 25,000 migrants who have been staying in Mexico awaiting their hearing. He's now starting to admit them to the country. At some point, they're all going to get vaccinations. They're all going to get all kinds of subsidies that American citizens aren't entitled to. So I think that's the kind of thing. Why would you break this policy? It was broken before. The Trump administration fixed it. Why do you feel the need to break it again? So I think you go across a lot of his policies. The Iran deal, the Abraham Accords grew out of President Trump's tough position on Iran and the mullah's attempt to get nuclear weapons. He pulled out of the Iran deal. You had the Arabs and the Israelis uniting in a common alliance against Iran. Why would Joe Biden want to recreate the Iranian power struggle in the Mideast and alarm our neighbors and allies, the Israelis and the Arabs, who are joined together against it? Why would you take the side of Iran in this kind of struggle? So these things make no sense. They're not just that they are going back specifically to the Obama policies in these cases. But I think the more significant is they are breaking things that were fixed.
Yes, good point. And that's exactly right. Michael, thanks for joining us again. I'll give you more time next time you're on the air. We appreciate it. Got a busy news day.
My pleasure.
Thanks very much, Michael.